at his sweat.
This is so real. So good. So that makes me happy that you're back with the kids. And it's
Yeah, I mean, her being away, as much as I hated it, actually probably did us better than anything, you know, more good than anything.
Yes, absence makes the heart go on.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Kelly. Yeah, Roy Jones, baby.
Who is that with the...
It's just how they're showing it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is me.
I guess you do it like this.
Yes.
Oh, fuck you.
Nice.
And then
Nice. At least I could see something. Just to let you know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's close.
It's different.
Here's Butch. Nice. Here's Amy. Nice. Here's me. Nice.
Shit.
Right now it's generating Butch's face.
Good God, I hope this guy's got a change for 100.
On fight night. And we'll be right back with the final product right after this.
Right after these messages.
These messages.
Are you going to do yours?
Here it comes, 99% done, and there it is. Of course, he's trying to find your house. Head's complete.
Yo, what's up, Mike? Server's up. Who's that? Who and all's there? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone with Butch right now is Mike Bourne. That's not you. Dude, that's not you.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's a computer-generated face. Oh, that's funny. Butch added his face. Now he's doing mine. That ugly mug. And boy, is it ugly. There it is.
Ready to generate it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Generating your head.
Generating my face. Let's see if they get even close to close. We'll be right back. We'll be right back with the end result. 98. 99. Oh, this is what they say. My head and face. Yeah, I look like Oscar De La Hoya. Are you kidding me with this? That's me? Looks nothing like me.
A little.
All right, we'll be right back.
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
Davis is mounting a comeback here, Kenny. Thinks we're going against him. Now the time is turned.
Good things come to those who wait, or those who persevere. He persevered, good things are happening.
There he is. Oh, and he goes down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
He's up.
So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown. But Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
You're just grabbing onto his opponent. Now there's some blood, but it's underneath. Holy cow! Davis is down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh! 10 miles on me still.
That's it. It's over. That is over. Express is gonna be partying tonight. A knockout victory. It doesn't get better than that. right, thank you, guys.
Let's check in with Lindy. Lindy Thaxton?
And Scott, you start second, so clearly you're fast, but you told me after qualifying yesterday you thought you could go faster. Do you think you're going to find that speed tonight?
Anyway, I got lucky in that.
I think it's definitely a little bit hesitant.
I got lucky.
But, you know, it's nice
That was
to
really
see
me
that,
up there, too. You saw the face and everything.
Fighting for that.
We'll be right back.
The pole there was
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Butch Davis, and he's going to
The background story on
Tell
FBR
me.
Motorsports.
tell the audience the background story on
Some,
FBR Motorsports.
what was it? 1996, 97? Somewhere around there?
98.
98. Ran into this guy on the AOL forums. Mini Champ won. And we kind of gapped back and forth about various forms of racing. And one day we just got talking, and come to find out he lived in New Jersey. And I said, "Egad's a New Jersey boy." And of course that's where I live at. So after a while we decided to start running together. And he was starting up a little team, you know, it was kind of unheard of back then. And Team SAVATS. So we were all racing under Team SAVATS, and then one night Mark and I, we were racing online together, and we were just kind of goofing off and decided we wanted to try something a little bit different. We were getting more into the NASCAR side of things, so we decided we were going to create a new team. And as I said, we were drinking, so we were tossing around different names and came up with FBR Motorsports. And I can tell you what FBR really stands for, but I'd have to kill you. And sure enough, a rivalry quickly grew between FBR Motorsports and Team SAVATS. And Team SAVATS came up with a very comical, colorful meaning of what FBR stood for. Fucking backstabbing rejects.
It was actually Robbie that came over there.
Yeah, Robbie came up with it.
We should be sitting next
But
to
it's comical. It's part of the history of the team and everything else. So that's how it goes, you know. Here we are, how many years later? You know, still with the same deal. Still doing all the sim racing. SAVATS, of course.
How you doing?
And even through everything that we've, you know, been through, whether it's on the track or off the track, we've still remained very, very good friends, and but still competitive as ever.
Oh yeah.
There's nobody I like to beat more on the track than this guy.
And I feel the same way about this guy.
But there's also nobody I like to see win more on the track if it's not me than this guy.
And the same way I feel about this guy.
So,
And that's why we're such good teammates, because we push each other farther than most teammates, I think, push each other.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? And we go into, you know, very explicit detail about not just setups, but race strategy. I mean, you name it, we're constantly talking about it, where we can find an edge here and there. Not cheating, legal edges. Some might call it the unfair advantage, but we're just damn good.
Oh, when you've been doing it as long as we have, and you know, I have real world background experience, and you know, it just pays dividends to think things through. I mean, it's more of a mind game, I think, than a physical game or a skill wise. You know, you gotta have the mentality of a racer to do it. You know, there's guys out there that are fast, but because they don't have the mentality of a racer and they don't have a strategy in mind, and they're not able to make the adjustments during the race itself to adjust their strategy to how the race is unfolding. You know, they may be fast, but they may not win most of the time. And I think that more than anything else is what's been able to propel me in my sim racing career, and you know, all the trophies and races I've won in my life. You know, I think maybe that's part of the reason why I do have the reputation I do have, as far as, you know, I go into open servers and people know who I am. That's always pretty cool. But, you know, just because they know who you are, you know, everybody wants your setup and everybody wants this and wants that, and they don't realize that it's not always the setup, it's the guy behind the wheel, and you know what's going on up here. So
that's why if we go to race, we would rather race in a fixed setup league.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
everybody has the same setup.
It's a level playing field. You know, if everybody's running with the same setup in a fixed setup environment, you know, nobody can turn around and say, oh well, you know, I got beat because he had a better setup. You know, the one thing about fixed setups is that everybody, regardless of your driving style, you have to adjust to it, and the ability to adjust to that setup is what separates the, you know, proverbial men from the boys.